Look, I'm unstoppable. Forget your defense, nothing but an obstacle. Run it back, switch it up, call it audible. Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot, you gotta blow on it. I said I'll huff and I'll puff, then I'll pass to my left while I'm looking to my right. Hit them right in the chest. All right. Welcome back. We are here once again. Thank you for bearing with us. We're a little bit later, but just had to make sure that we showed some love to friend of the podcast, Megan Hall, of Hall About Sports. Make sure that you go ahead and you tune in over there as well. But yeah, in the meantime, welcome back to the HorseShoe Mob Podcast. We're coming with you everything Colts and some slander here and there when necessary. I feel like I slandered the Jags and Titans enough this evening, so, probably not going to get a lot of slander, just more analysis. But in the meantime, before we go any further, let's just get to the guys. We have with us the man, the myth, the legend, the silent assassin, Austin Cook, everybody.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Austin.
All right. And then we also have with us, I'm going to say, probably the person who inspires DeForest Buckner to be as great as he is. We have with us Harish Nukala, everybody. Oh, no. A little bit of silencio. No, I can't hear you. However, your face says panic. And while Harish gets his audio... Oh, there he is.
Hey, sorry, it's source. Yeah, DeForest Buckner slander will not be tolerated here.
Fair enough. You won't hear any from us. And then, last, certainly not least, we have with us the man who has probably more jerseys than the Jags have playoff appearances in their whole entire franchise. We have Joshy, everybody.
Damn, that's a good burn. Damn. Well, it was good, everybody. And it was a great introduction right there, man.
You're welcome. What can I say? But yeah, man, listen, we're back. We've had some phenomenal guests. We had James Boyd week before last. We had Megan Hall last week. But you know what? The one thing that we haven't finished as of yet is getting to the rest of this daggone schedule. I think we've all pretty much had us going. I think we all were at about 5-3 by the midway point of the season. I'm sure Harish feels very, very differently. But you know what? We're going to get into all of that. But before we do, please make sure that you are visiting www.fanbattlesports.com, where you'll be able to see everything on Fan Battle Network, including articles, podcasts, everything that you possibly can in terms of content and media. You'll see the most recent article that was written by our very own Josh Sr. about whether or not we should venture out into the cornerback market or potentially just go ahead and just go what we got in-house. But definitely check us out at www.fanbattlesports.com. And like I said, since Harish hasn't necessarily been here, I do want to make sure that we go ahead and just pick his brain. Harish, now, through the first 8 weeks of the season, because I know you felt differently regarding what our odds would be, I'm going to say going into the season. For the first 8 games of the season, and I'm just going to go over quickly with you. I don't know if you have it or not, but we have Jacksonville at home, at Houston, at Baltimore, Rams at home, Titans at home, at Jacksonville, home versus the Browns, and home versus the Saints. What do you have for those first 8 games in terms of our record?
I think I have a starting 2-6, 2-7.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Something like that. Here's the thing, right? Continuity is big, right? And this is a brand new team with potentially actually, regardless of whether it's Richardson or Minshew, brand new quarterback, brand new system. Like, you've got to Jonathan Taylor's coming back. He hasn't played in a while. I think the defense is going to be fine. I'm really not worried about the defense.
Yeah.
Offensively, I think continuity is big.
Mm-hmm.
we'll talk about it later today, but I have a starting 2 and 6, I think, or 2 and 7, something like that.
Okay.
I only have us winning.
So what pick will we draft Marvin Harrison Jr.?
If we continue on the trend of 2 and 7, baby, let's go. Number 2, we will finally get our number 1 receiver.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, I don't think Michael Pittman Jr. is a number 1 receiver. And if you guys were listening earlier tonight, Megan confirmed that he was never drafted to be a number 1 receiver. So me saying that he's a really good number 2 is actually on point with where he was initially expected to be drafted. So if we continue on that path of losing, we will get our true number 1. Because I do think Marvin Harrison Jr. is a number 1 receiver.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree. I agree with you. He's giving you a hard time.
I just want him to be ours.
I know that we have things we're going to discuss. Why would you draft Michael Pittman knowing that T.Y. is on the way out to be anything more than potentially going and being a number 1?
Say that again.
So the thing is, you draft you know that T.Y. is on borrowed time.
Mm-hmm.
When we drafted Michael Pittman Jr., T.Y. was in year 9.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that you sit there and say that you're drafting Michael Pittman Jr. to not potentially take over the reins or just do whatever, and you have somebody who's as old as they were with T.Y., especially with the injury issues that he'd had a little bit later in his career. Like I don't see how you're just going to say, oh yeah, no, we're going to draft him. He's going to play alongside T.Y. and he's going to be a number 2. So then was the plan to just go and draft a wide receiver once T.Y. was out? Like what was going to happen?
Well, Ballard didn't have a plan, right? So, and I've said this before, as good as Ballard is in drafting players, he's proven to be equally as bad in building a roster. And we're seeing this with every year, the flaws that we see in this roster not being properly addressed on time, right? It's always after the fact. Ballard is a very after the fact learner, and he did it again.
I do agree.
That's fair.
With obviously the quarterback situation, just how he approaches free agency as a whole. He bought himself 4 more years of mediocrity, right? So offensive line, he drafts really good players, right? Nobody's doubting that. He's an excellent scouter. It doesn't mean it translates into great team building. And I know we're tooting the horn of Ed Dobbs, but if Ed Dobbs is his assistant, right? And as the assistant, you're basically the right-hand man. If Ed Dobbs is as great as we think he should be or is going to be, I would feel like he would be like, hey, man, I just want to let you know, like, why aren't we considering X, Y, and Z? So I say all that by going back to T.Y. Hilton. Yeah, T.Y. Hilton was in year 9, but really most wide receivers, I don't think they're like on the tail. They're probably heading into the tail end of their career, maybe slightly outside of the prime. I don't think T.Y. I love T.Y. Hilton, right? And I think he's really, 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 really good. But we also know what T.Y. Hilton wasn't without Andrew Luck. So his best years, and I think he actually had a decent year with Phillip Rivers, right?
And
Once he caught on, because
he had like 960 with Brissett.
Yeah, but remember he had a lot of drops early on.
Yeah,
with Rivers.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think we've had a true when we talk about number 1 receivers in today's game, these are guys that can go ball out regardless of who the quarterback is, right? That's a number 1 receiver to me. And I think that maybe they were hoping to turn Michael Pittman Jr. into number 1, which drafting him in the 2nd round. You can draft the number 1 receiver in the 4th round. We've seen it happen. I just don't think maybe it just hasn't panned out the way the front office thought it would.
Yeah, I we'll have this discussion another day because we will have this discussion another day because we're not about to do this again. All right, we can go on about this debate for hours, but let's get into the schedule. So we have weeks 9 through 18. Of course, the bye week is week 11. So we're going to go one by one. You can just give a quick analysis because, like I said, we don't want to be here all night just talking about these schedules. Otherwise, the good people watching and listening are going to have to be up even later. So starting off, I'm going to start with you, Josh. Week 9 at Carolina Panthers.
Dub. I don't care. I want to beat Frank Wright. I don't care. I want to be a Frank Wright because the last year with us, he didn't give a shit. And I mean, we all said he just what you call him, Harish, a potato head.
Yeah, that's the
potato head.
words.
Potato head, right? Yeah, that's
Man,
and I still stand by that.
Man, I was stressed out a lot, and I defended the guy a whole lot before it was like I had enough. And just him going to Carolina and building a team, not saying the team is going to be making the playoffs, but to build a team in year 1 to be successful, maybe year 2. Could be year 1, but the time he was here, we didn't get none of that. We got shitty quarterbacks, but the team wasn't built like he got in Carolina. So I want to beat him because I know that he's going to try to win that game with everything in him.
All right. What about you, Austin?
I'm also gonna say a win. I don't think they have the best receiving core. I know they got Adam Thielen, but I don't think he's a true number 1 receiver. They got DJ Chark, but who knows if he'll be healthy. I think Bryce Young is going to be a good quarterback, but he's also a rookie, just like AR. So, I mean, it could go either way, but I'm going to say this is a dub.
All right. What about you, Harish?
I have this down as a loss, and actually, let me go back and check. I actually might have this down as a W. No, I have this down as a loss, and I think this is. I don't know at this point if Anthony Richardson is the full-time starter. I don't think that bucket gets pulled until the Tampa game after Germany.
Oh wow, okay.
That's when I think they'll be in and out. I think Anthony Richardson won't be like the full-time. You are now the guy until that Tampa game.
Okay, so is that a W for you? Is that an L for you? Because it looks like you were on the
L.
fence about that one. That's okay. That's an L.
Yeah,
okay.
I had to check my my notes.
So you saying Potato Head is going to actually coach against us?
Potato Head.
Yes, and the reason why Potato Head is going to do that is because he's not playing with the 40-year-old quarterback.
Okay.
As much as I like to make fun of Frank Reich. I think he's been given everything by the Panthers that Chris Ballard never gave him.
Yeah. It looks like he controls the roster a lot more.
Aggressive in free agency and building the roster, a young quarterback, right?
Trade it up. Yeah.
Outside of Carson Wentz is completely on Potato Head Reich, right? Outside of that,
yeah,
Chris Ballard gave him recycling bin every year.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is kind of uncontrollable because you didn't really have options. It was 2 weeks before the seasons, right? So we'll throw that out there.
Right.
The 1 year he had Andrew Luck, he actually did okay. The potato head part of me comes out from not using a 6'9", a 6'7", 250-pound tight end in the red zone, right?
Yeah.
That's where the potato headness comes from me. It's the arrogance of not wanting to give up the play calling and then also not wanting to acknowledge that, hey, I'm the head coach. I can't be so focused on calling plays because my job as the coach is to train and mentor and coach this team, not this offense.
And the analytics stuff too.
And the stupid analytics bullcrap, right? I can't stand that. So that's where the potato chip for me comes into play.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, loss.
I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence. I'm gonna go W. Because I do feel like this is going to be another one of those battles of the rookie QBs. And, if Anthony Richardson shows any types of flashes, then going into this one, this will be like the headline will be like the fourth overall pick versus the first overall pick and all that. Like, I think this is just going to make for a good headline, but I do feel like I like the Colts' chances better than I do like the Panthers in this one. So,
yeah, he gonna try to go Nick Sirianni on us and talk shit.
Yeah, and that's believable. Next one, Week 10 against the Patriots in Germany. What you got for this one, Josh?
L.
L? Okay.
It's an L. I mean,
Is it because of jet lag or just because they're going to be outmatched?
jet lag. Bill Belichick controlling the mics, and the air on the football. It's gonna be a lot, man. I mean, they will buy ass every time you play, other than the game with JT into the game on a ceiling touchdown. I just don't have. Every time we play the Patriots, it's just like I have no faith. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I guess because they beat our ass so many times. I just feel like this. So I got this as an L.
Okay, gotcha.
Especially if they get D-Hops.
Oh, okay. All right. What about you, Josh? I mean, Harish. L?
L. Yeah.
L. Yeah. Austin?
So, as much as I want to say we're gonna win, because I hate the Patriots, I don't think we're gonna win this one, because, like Josh said, they always play us good, no matter if they have a good team or not. They always play us good when we play them. Bill Belichick knows how to play the Colts, and it is what it is. So I'm gonna count that one as a loss.
There's just teams that know how to play us. The stupid Patriots, the dang Steelers, especially in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then Jacksonville in Jacksonville for some ungodly reason, right? Like those are just like 3 games that every year I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, yeah.
In Philly, because we haven't been Philly in a while.
Yeah, but Philly is like a team you rarely see, right? But if you're talking about like those 3 other teams, you see them on a consistent basis, and it's basically like the same thing over and over and over for the most part.
Right.
We see the Steelers a lot, we see the Patriots a lot, and we see obviously the Jaguars a lot. So it's just those 3 teams that just like, oh yeah, this is probably going to be an L, and if it's a W, I'll take it. Right?
Yeah.
If we end up winning, great, but I'm not banking on it.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm probably going to go a loss on that too, only because Belichick against rookie quarterbacks is like always going to go in Belichick's favor. So I'm going to go loss on that. All right, and we have some comments. Want to make sure we get to these. Somebody said, "Watch the Stanley Cup." No. Somebody else said, "Future Hall of Famer." I'm not sure who they said that about. It was either
Bugman or
definitely not Potato Head.
No, definitely not. And then beat him just to piss off Sirianni.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I mean, you know what? That's that. You know what? W on Panthers. W on Panthers. That's I already said W, but W on Panthers. Exactly. W on Panthers. Thank you for that. I completely forgot about that. W on Panthers.
Yeah, I'll just take my L.
Yeah. Then it's going to FaceTime him afterwards and tell him, teach a man how to squabble.
Oh, gosh.
All right. So I think we're all unanimous with an L being week 10. Then we have week 11 is our bye. As it should be. Yeah. All right. Week 12, home versus Tampa Bay. And the potentially Baker Mayfield-led Tampa Bay
I don't
Buccaneers.
give a damn who's starting. Baker, Kyle Trash, we win that game. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
They can start. They can start Carson Wentz. They can start shit. Being a Testaverde. Oh, dub.
All right.
Yeah, we're not losing. Yeah, we ain't losing.
Austin, what do you have for this?
I mean, I agree. Whether it's Baker or Kyle Trask or whoever they have by then, I think that we'll beat the Buccaneers.
Okay. Harish?
No, I think we'll beat the Buccaneers. I think they're on the they are on the Caleb Williams train, and I think internally Tampa knows this, right? They're like, all right, guys, let's go get Baker Mayfield. We know he sucks, so let's just go get him. But he's a big enough name to keep us relevant because he gains a lot of attention. I think they know, like, they're on the Caleb Williams, Drake May, Quinn Ewers like train. I think they know.
Oh yeah,
You just had to throw in Quinn Ewers, didn't you?
he sure did.
Listen,
what?
Quinn Ewers is going to take huge steps this year. This is the first time since Stark. Side story. This is the first time since Stark has taken over at Texas that he's had the same quarterback for more than one season.
But
He's
no
never had the
Texas
same
quarterback has played well in the NFL. None.
Oh, well, shit. Well, no Ohio State quarterback has ever played well either. So, well,
We agree. We
We
do agree with that. We do agree on that. We do agree.
No,
Justin Fields.
elite.
You're making a case. You're making a case right now. Justin
There
Fields,
are a
but-
lot of top schools whose quarterbacks don't play well in the NFL.
Correct. We're not in that boat no more. We finally got 3 quarterbacks that are doing good.
Who? Alabama?
We
You
got Tua. We got Tua. We got Jalen Hurts and Matt.
Jalen Hurts is Oklahoma.
Max.
Yeah,
I know.
Jalen Hurts is definitely Oklahoma. You can't.
He played 1 year at Oklahoma. He's
No,
at
Jalen
Alabama at
Hurts is
heart.
Alabama. Jalen Hurts is the one, maybe, right? He had one really good year. He doesn't have Shane Steichen anymore. We'll see how that goes.
I got you.
Tua sucks.
No, come on, man.
Tua sucks.
He got hurt. He got
Mac Jones might as well go be a professional mac and cheese maker because that dude's trash.
Probably not. He looks like the type that will possibly put raisins in his mac and cheese.
Well, him and Levis can be best friends.
He's the Will Levis version of Mayo on Your Coffee.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So, yeah. No, Alabama doesn't have good quarterbacks in the NFL. Sorry.
All right.
Minus Jalen Hurts, and that's still a maybe. They have a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. They don't have good quarterbacks.
All right. All right. And I have a W for Tampa Bay. So,
Yes.
yeah, we all go. We're unanimous on that one. We're unanimous. Unanimous L for the Patriots. Unanimous W against the Buccaneers. Then we have Week 13 at Tennessee. And Harish, we'll start with you. What you got?
I actually have W for this one.
W?
Remember, like I said, continuity is big. This is where I think the ship starts to turn.
Yeah.
And this is where continuity really goes and shows up. I actually have us beating Tennessee pretty easily. Honestly, I think this is where Tennessee goes on their downfall, and this is kind of where they sink to like below average. So yeah, I have W for this one.
Okay. All right. And what about you, Austin?
Tennessee's garbage. We're stupid in this year, and that's all I got to say.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. And Josh, what you got?
Since I got us winning at home, I got us losing away.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Somebody said L because Bjorn Werner will be there.
Oh my God!
man.
Why did you have to do that, man? You know why that hurts even more? I really like Bjorn Werner, but then stupid Ryan Grigson decided to play him as a linebacker instead of a 4-down lineman because he's a freaking idiot. And he put him in like the absolutely most worst system he could have. He was a hand to the ground edge rusher at Florida State, which what made him really good. And then Ryan Grigson's like, oh, let's put him in a 3-4 and make him a linebacker. Fuck. Idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
We failed Jerry Hughes too from Because it
So
was TCU.
stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So stupid.
Because he
God,
went to the Bills and but either way, we're not going to rehash the past. So Josh, you said L or W?
Yeah, I got splitting with the Titans. I don't have a
Okay.
sweep in them.
All right, L. Austin, what about? Or wait, no, you said they were trash.
We're waiting on you, man. What you got?
All right, so you know what? I think my answer is more so predicated on who's the starter by then. However, Ryan Tannehill possibly gives them a chance to win, but I think they're sick of his stuff, so they just start putting in Levis. If they put in Willis or Levis, I think it's a W. I think if Tannehill's in, it's going to be a tight game. We potentially might be. You know what? Nope, not doing this. We're getting a W there. I can't. I'm not going to go through the mental gymnastics. No, we're going to win that one.
So you have us sweeping Tennessee? Did you have us winning the first time?
I think they had losing the first one.
I have us splitting. Yeah.
Let's see which one. I think it was week 5. No, actually, I had us winning. I had us winning both.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Man.
Yo, if we have a Titan sweep and Anthony Richardson in year 1,
If we have a Titan sweep, the state of Tennessee is going to get the page shut down.
They are done.
They are. Yeah.
Again?
Andrew Luck 2.0 on the way if we sweep Tennessee.
No,
They will not beat us for the next ever.
they won't.
If we sweep Tennessee.
They're going to have to go to London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where we at on records right now?
You said what?
Where we stand at on records right now?
Okay,
I
so
know it was 5-3, and then
so right now we have Austin has a team at 8-4.
Wow.
Josh, you have the team at 7-5. I have the team at 8-4, and Harish has the team at 4-8.
We're on such opposite sides of the spectrum.
Right.
So weird.
But you know what? It just really depends, because for me, it's just like I'm not thinking about it as just like, you know, how our team is or how well our team can do. I'm also looking at the teams that we're going against. Like, I think we can all admit that it's just like when we're gonna go play against Belichick. Belichick pulls no punches, and not only that, but the thing is, he's one of the only coaches in the league right now that has continuity with a quarterback. I mean, unless our defense steps it up crazy, it's just like I don't see us, you know, really having to deal with Belichick like that. But it's a lot different when it comes to Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield, because that Bucs team, the defense is good, but at the same time, it's just like I have no faith in that offense at all. So that's just where I am with that one. But
my whole thing is just continuity, man. Again, we're starting the season with an unknown at quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Whether it starts with Richardson or not, or does Richardson come in? Do they split? We don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think the first half of the season is so bad, in my opinion. I have us starting 2-7, and the reason for that is just that, right? Now, if they come out in training camp and Anthony Richardson impresses and they're like, nope, this is the guy, this is it, and they roll with him, then maybe that changes. But what happens the first time he throws 3 interceptions in a game? What happens if he has a 30% completion percentage? What, you know, how do they make a change? So it's all of that keeps me uncertain. I think after the bye, I think the Anthony Richardson's the full-time starter, and then you'll start to see where I start to get positive, right? Because we're heading into the next season. Yeah.
Well, and that's the point that I think I've more so been driving home, because, like I said, it could be that extreme.
Yeah.
It could, but the thing is also, you're talking about the fact that what happens when he throws, you know, that first 3 interceptions, right? But what happens if he comes out and his first game under center ends up being him throwing for, let's just say, 200 yards, 2 TDs, and an interception, but then he runs for 80, 90 yards and gets a rushing touchdown. Exactly. Then you see that he actually is kind of like playing up, just be like, okay, whatever. if he goes in and we're able to beat two division opponents coming out the gate, then I think that doubt, that kind of cloud over him quickly dissipates, because to the fan base, when you can go and beat two division opponents,
Yeah.
you're potentially looking at going into those stretches with those other teams like, oh, wait, okay, we might have something here. Yeah. So, like I said, it's just I don't think Shane Steichen's going to put him out there to have that pressure on him. I really do think that you're going to see Steichen lean more on Jonathan Taylor and then use Anthony Richardson potentially in those situations where he doesn't have to play hero ball and chuck the ball 40 yards and then potentially get the ball out to somebody on a game winner. Like, I don't think we're going to do that.
Oh, nice. So you don't think he's going to put his quarterback in danger of getting hit 60 times a game?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, good.
Only a potato head would do that.
Yeah. Imagine we had a potato head as coach.
Go figure. But hey, we got poor Colts fan shaking my head from everybody's favorite Packers fan, Flame Douglas.
Packers fan Flame, what's up, dude?
What's going on, Packers fan? And then he said y'all gave up on Hurts, but we're not gonna do this. We're not going into the college thing. We're not going into the college thing. That is a discussion for another day.
Oh, Alabama. Oh,
yeah. So then
there's this thing called graduation that happens.
So the next one we have at Cincinnati Bengals. Austin, what you got for that one?
No, I'm sorry. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
The Bengals are a good. They're a really good team. Like they're contending for a Super Bowl. So that's gonna be a tough game. Joe Burrow's great.
He's so good. Makes me want to cry how good he is.
All right, and Josh, what about you?
We're gonna lose, and like Chuck says, guaranteed.
Oh my God!
They're gonna buy ass. They're gonna whoop our ass up there. And Cincy, we're not gonna. Yeah, we might score 10 points.
All right, Harish, why is it a loss?
You know, we're gonna lose by 30, and I think it's a loss because Joe Burrow throws a lot of touchdowns and we won't score a lot. Man. So, like addition by subtraction. If they score a lot of touchdowns, you're also not scoring a lot of touchdowns. I feel like we're gonna kick like 8 field goals, and they're gonna score like 8 touchdowns.
We better do it because we paying our kicker $20-some million.
Don't remind us.
He goes 8 for 8. Hey, I'll pick him up in fantasy that week if he goes 8 for 8. You know. Yeah, I think this is a loss. But you know what's also wild to me, and I'm not gonna change. This isn't gonna change my mind. I want to throw this out there as a caveat. We also thought the Chiefs were going to be a loss last year in Arrowhead, and we played that game actually very well. Again, continuity at this point of the season. If it's there,
we was at home.
It's in Cincy.
It's in Cincy.
We was at home. We was at home last year.
Were we?
Yeah,
we were home versus the Chiefs. Yeah,
but even the last time we played on the road, but we had Andrew. Anyway. No, we had,
no. The last
Brissett.
time we beat them was Brissett. Yep.
Yeah, but still, like I'm saying, at this point, if continuity is where we think it could be, I wouldn't be shocked if we pull that one out because we have the defense to do it, right?
Not the secondary though.
I mean, hey, Kenny Moore is still enjoying. Yeah, Kenny Moore is still celebrating his Pro Bowl from like 5 years ago. So, but yeah,
they got three receivers, man. They got 3 receivers, so it's and a tight end, so that's tough.
On paper, we shouldn't, but you don't know at this point in the season. I said continuity is going to be a thing. I'm chalking it up as an L, a pretty big, significant L. But as the season progresses, you don't know.
I like it.
All right. Ty. You know what? You know what the craziest part about it is? There's one every year. Not on our behalf, but there's one every year. And I could really see us just having just a random tie on our schedule. I don't like it's.
If anything, I would pick the Steelers as a tie. than the Bengals.
Ty is the reason why we have Anthony Richardson and not CJ Stroud. Let's just be really honest with ourselves.
I'm not
You
mad
know
about
what?
that.
Yeah.
I am because I really wanted
I know.
So you want a CJ and you want a Mario Harrison Jr. on the same team in back-to-back years.
I mean, it wouldn't have been impossible.
You're right. Yeah.
All right,
The way we were projecting, I also wanted Chris Ballard fired, and you know where that ended me. So
I agree with you too.
Yeah.
instead, we have him for 4 more years guaranteed because his clock just started because he finally drafted the quarterback.
Yeah.
Well,
After year 7.
All right, and
Sadness resumes.
all right, and then this guy says, "What's up, my Colts brothers? Flame,
No, I'm
Flame.
trying to be now.
Flame, shut your face." He says, "Y'all not feeling Anthony Richardson? I love Anthony Richardson. I really just hope that Steichen. I know that Steichen is going to put him in a good spot, but I know that he's not going to ask too much of him because you didn't draft him to ask too much of him. You drafted him to go ahead and use the ability he has now, use the natural athleticism that he has, and then sculpt him into the type of quarterback that you're looking for." So, and then he said, "We almost always beat the Chiefs." Yes,
He's actually not wrong if you think about it. We play the Chiefs,
Except the playoff game.
but even then we won that game.
No.
no. Talk about the one before that. The one I
Yeah.
think that was Andrew Luck's second season.
Andrew Luck in 2018 he came back because we beat the Texans and we played them in the divisional round.
Oh
and
yeah,
got our ass beat.
that's right. Yeah. That was like when Pat. Yeah, that was a horrible game.
I think that's their first Super Bowl. I think.
Yeah, that was on their first Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the epic game with the first Super Bowl run.
No, because their first Super Bowl was 2020. It was the following year. Because remember, Luck's last year playing was 2018, 2019, and then 2019, 2020, because I remember that was right before the pandemic.
Yep.
I was a year off. Yeah, I was a year off. My bad.
Yeah. No, that's all good. All right. And so next game, week 15, Steelers at home. What you got, Josh?
I put that team in the same boat as the Patriots. And Kenny Pickett, he probably be pretty good with another year on his belt. I got some decent receivers over there and a really good running back. And a good defense. And we had a chance to win this year, so I got us winning.
Oh, okay.
Got us winning.
That was a plot twist.
Yeah.
Austin, what about you?
These great things. I think we're gonna win.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Can't hear you.
Oh.
Sorry, my bad. We struggle with a few teams. Steelers just so happen to be one of them. Mike Tomlin's a great coach. So I'm just going to say this is a loss. I think we can win. I think it is possible, but I'm just going to say it's a loss.
Are we home?
Yes, we're home.
Yeah.
All right. Harish?
Loss.
Gotcha. Okay. Good.
I was going to say it's one of those teams, man.
All right. Steelers. I'm booking that as a loss.
Yeah. It's just
I'm booking that as a loss.
Also, I'm calling Allen Robinson comeback year this year.
That's a fair assumption. The Steelers always technically do better when they have taller receivers too. So I think I like
George Pickens too.
Oh yeah. Well, I know you wanted George Pickens last year. Harish, please, no PTSD, sir.
Stupid Chris Ballard.
Jesus. All right, and then we have at Atlanta, and Harish, back to you. What you got?
This is where continuity comes in. This is a W.
Okay. All right, Austin.
Yeah, I don't think Atlanta's good. I think this is a W as well.
Josh.
I A tie. No. No. Man. We always have an L when we're not supposed to have one. That's a loss.
Loss, okay. I thought you were gonna make it unanimous W's because I got W. So, all right, next one. We have home versus the Raiders. Austin, what you got?
This one's tough. The Raiders usually play us good too for some reason. I'm gonna say loss.
Loss, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
We're not losing to a quarterback that stayed with a porn star. So no.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, what? Did I miss something?
Jimmy G was dating a porn star. We're not losing to Jimmy G. We're not losing. I don't care what team he played for. We're not losing to him. We didn't lose to him when he had the Niners. We're not losing with the Raiders. They might be trading Hunter Winfrey or whatever his name is, Winfro. So no, they probably tanking. So I got us winning that one.
Okay. So Josh, you got us winning. Harish.
Oh, that's a win.
Okay. Okay.
That's a win.
Yeah, no, that's a win. Something about Jimmy Garoppolo starting and Carson Wentz as a backup just screams win.
Yeah.
Carson there?
Yeah, he just signed with the Raiders.
No, he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's
Wait, the Carson Wentz?
yeah,
Oh,
Carson
get
Wentz
out
signed
of
with
here.
the
Let me look, man. I got to
Hold
look.
on a second. I had no idea. This,
What?
is
Like,
this is great. Carson Wentz is going to start that game too. This is going to be awesome. That's definitely
okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. They said, could he end up signing with the Raiders? Because they said,
oh,
that there
I
was
got
a chance
excited. I
that-
was like, hell yeah.
yeah, they said that he could end up signing with the Raiders. So that's my fault.
Dang.
Got my hopes up for no reason.
But either way, that's a W. And then finally, last game of the season, and that is going to be at home versus the Texans. And Josh, what you got?
We're losing.
Wow, losing.
We
Really?
splitting every team in the division. I got to split with every team.
Okay.
Okay, losing. Okay. What about you, Harish?
Actually, I was winning.
Winning? Okay.
Yep.
And Austin.
Yeah, I also have us winning this one.
All right. And I think I had us losing to them in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you did. And yeah.
I'm going with us winning against them for the last game of the season. So, yeah. And Flame said we sweeping y'all for show. We don't play the
Flame.
Packers twice, so there's no sweep.
We don't even play the Packers once.
Yeah, we don't play them once.
Flame, go find a wide receiver
Yeah,
for your other team.
exactly.
Actually, for both teams, because neither team.
Yeah, but I was saying both teams. Yeah, so I think my record would be at winning 9 games.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have us on 7 and 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Harish is 7 and 10. I have us very ambitious 11-5-1.
Jesus.
Say it again.
Oh
Say
my
it again.
gosh.
I have us at a very ambitious 11-5-1.
Whoa.
So does Austin,
Yeah, man.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One can dream. Let's see. Josh, you have us at
I think 9 games. I think
9 and 8. You have us at 9 and 8. Austin, you have us at 10 and
11.
7.
I was
Okay,
that was
10 and
close.
7.
Oh God.
So
Maybe I need to change. Maybe I need to change one of mine. I think
I was being
I had
realistic.
too many C's on this test.
yeah, because I'm just like, wait, hold on. I'm sure I did something wrong somewhere.
Right. Hey,
I just can't see I can't see the Texans sweeping us.
No,
Yeah, like those last 3 games, like Falcons, Raiders, and Texans should easily just be like a 3-game win streak.
Yeah.
That's why I say we always lose.
No, you know
games
what?
that
No,
we shouldn't.
forget it. I'm sticking with it. I don't care. All right. 11-5-1.
Like I said, I think by the end of the bye week, continuity will be there. I have us winning 5 of the last 7 games. So
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's just the opening stretch.
Yeah, it's brutal because you have 4 division games in your first 6 games.
Yeah.
New coach, new quarterback, new system. Shaq Leonard is an X factor in all this, right? The defense played well last year. If we need that, if that defense is going to take another level, we need him to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we've run into this like almost like new C word that I don't want to say, with the way injuries have gone for us over the last few years. So I'm starting to get worried about Shaq, and I just need him to play, man, because I can't stand to see like another Andrew Luck situation go down.
Yeah, that's I think the biggest worry, especially amongst the fan base right now.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with Ty, we see it with Shaq, or we saw it with Andrew Luck, obviously. I mean, Kari Willis retires. That was huge for that defense. His retirement was shocking. And then Shaq. I don't know what would happen if he was not able to play this year.
Yeah, that's. I think then you start looking at what
right after
what
you
exactly
give him
are
a
we doing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right after you give him a contract, right?
All right. So then now, just really quickly, because we seen like the OTA stuff, just what's going on. We see that Anthony Richardson, he threw for a touchdown. Then on the very next play, he threw an interception. So I'm going to say this begs the question, and then we're going to get up out of here. Scale of 1 to 10. How much stock are we actually putting into OTAs or anything that doesn't involve actual pads? And I'm just going to go like just 1 to 10. And then Austin, what do you got?
I don't know. 3. It's like it's not a big deal. It's just a matter of them being there and working. And if they have a good play, you can celebrate it, but that doesn't mean much. If they have a bad play, oh well, it doesn't mean much either.
Yeah. Okay. And then Josh, what about you?
I mean, I would say about a 5. I mean, I've been explaining this even in the chat we were in on Twitter. We haven't seen. I mean, I'm not saying that he's already, he's going to be a Pro Bowler, he's going to be Hall of Famer in year 1. But we've been needing a quarterback for so long since 2019. We've been in these bargain bin, old quarterbacks, retreads for so many years. And if we finally get somebody that we feel comfortable having, and we're seeing him doing these plays that we haven't seen, from any other quarterback, even having a mobile quarterback, it comes with excitement. We ready to see what could come, whether he have a down year or have a good year. We just ready to see something new and can say that that's our quarterback. We drafted him at 4. So there's going to be excitement from a 7-yard pass, or there's going to be some lows when he throw a pick. But we just want to see something, and that's what the fans are happy about.
Yeah.
So I give it a 5.
Okay. What about you, Harish?
I think 2 or 3 is pretty good there. I chalk this up to boredom on both ends, right? Bored that there's no football. Bored that this is like after the draft. It's like part 2 of being bored in the offseason, right? Part 1 is after the game, after the Super Bowl, before the combine. We're now in part 2, which is like after schedule release until training camp. So boredom. But I do think the credence in OTAs is from an individual perspective. Like, for example, cool, Anthony Richardson threw a 5-yard bullet to, whoever. But the thing that there's a couple videos that I saw of Anthony Richardson that made me think, okay, you know what? His footwork isn't as bad as I thought it was. His this mechanically is like, maybe he is a little bit ahead of the curve. And I think that's maybe where those are the things that we can pull out, not the play, but like the individual work that we're seeing of somebody and what we maybe initially thought versus what we're seeing. Oh, maybe he doesn't throw this with a sidearm, right? He actually does have a normal throwing motion. Or wow, his release is a lot quicker than I thought it was. Those are the things that I kind of value at an individual standpoint when it comes to OTAs.
Okay, and that's fair. So I'm gonna say I give it an 8 for excitement, but I'm gonna give it an overall 2 for what actually really matters. Like, these guys are going to be running full speed with pads on, which means that you have 20 pounds of extra weight on you. All these extra, super acrobatic things, all this extra footwork people are doing, all these one-handed grabs. There's going to be a lot less of that when you get into a game situation because people are going to be defending you differently, and you're not going to be seeing the same looks that you see, when you just have on, just plain clothes. So
like when they do the joint practice and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the thing is, it's just like OTAs are great for content purposes because every fan wants to see the guy that their team drafted or the guy that their team picked up in free agency. But if we're just being honest about it, it's really more so of a dog and pony show. It's nothing more than just prancing around and not really doing much. So I mean, like I said, it's just like, to me, it's just like it's a 2. But we're glad to see OTAs because we want to see our QB of the future out there just throwing these beautiful passes and whatnot. So
I think the players know this too, right? They know all they're doing is like a circus show, essentially, right, for the fans. Oh, I know this is going to be on Twitter. Let me try to go catch this with one hand, right? I think they know this as well. They're not.
So what about Levis then? Will Levis, what he doing?
Probably, putting maybe I could put 2 different brands of mayo in my coffee this offseason. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do 4 mayo packets just for good measure.
Just for good measure.
Yeah.
Let's really try to make Twitter excited about this.
Exactly. But all right. So hey, listen, we've had another one. Once again, thank you for coming on this journey with us, people. And as a matter of fact, next week, tune in because we will have from the Bring the Juice podcast, Derek Larger. So we'll have Derek Larger on here next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Central. And guys, where can the people find you, starting with you, Harish?
You can find me at the Uncle Gandhi everywhere. That's Ghandi. And then you can also find me Sunday nights on the AFC South Fan Battle podcast.
All right. Thank you for that. Josue, where can the people find you?
You can find me hanging out with Isaiah Bidden.
Oh, God.
No.
Wait, what?
No, man. You can find me on Twitter at official Josh.
All right. And what about you, Austin?
You can find me on Twitter at CookieAustin2.
All right. You can find me at CJ Colts fan. Make sure that you are following the HorseShoe Mob page on Twitter at @horseshoe_mob. And yeah, make sure that you're visiting
YouTube.
on YouTube also. Look up HorseShoe Mob on YouTube. HorseShoe Mob on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you stream your podcast. Make sure that you look for us there. Once again, we'll be back next week with Derek Larger. And other than that, make sure you're visiting www.fanbattlesports.com. More articles coming soon. And with that, have a great night. Have a great week. And as always, Sam loves Jalen Ramsey.
Serving up them Hail Marys till the game over with the showstopper. So hot you gotta blow on it. I'll pass to my